Hi you guys, I'm sorry it's been so long since I've been on, but I've had a really busy fall and winter, and there's been a lot going on. So I'm glad to get back into this because I have really missed making videos. But I kind of wanted to give you an idea of what I'm up to. My husband retired in January, so he said one thing he was going to do was get himself a chicken coop because he wanted to have about a dozen chickens or so, and get me a new greenhouse. I had a little greenhouse last year, but it was like a $300 special from Harbor Freight, and I could stand up in it, but he couldn't, and it was just kind of pretty tiny. This one is really nice because it's got electricity. It's got windows that automatically open and shut as needed. It's got a fan that comes on for cooling, and I'm just really enjoying it. And I've already got it full, and I've only had it for a few weeks. So I started a lot of my plants in the house just so that they would be ready to get moved out here to the greenhouse as soon as it arrived. So first tray here, I have Amish paste tomatoes, and paste tomatoes are wonderful if you want a tomato that's not real juicy, so you can make sauces with it, or ketchup, salsa, anything like that. And they are an heirloom variety. Over here in the next tray, I have big boys, and I usually grow big boys or better boys, one of the two. This year I'm growing both. Next tray here, oh my goodness, I can't remember that first one. I'll have to look at the package to see what it is. And then I have, those are Aunt Ruby German green tomatoes. So when they're ripe, they will actually be green. And I'm kind of wondering, they shouldn't be firm if they're ripe. So this is a whole new experience for me. This next tray, I have more big boys. Then I have some Tigerellas over here, and Tigerellas are beautiful tomatoes. They're kind of striped orangey red, orange and red stripes. They're really pretty, and they taste good. Nice juicy tomato. And this last row over here is some more Amish paste tomatoes, and this one here needs a little more dirt in the pot. It didn't quite get enough dirt. This tray here was over on the south side, and yesterday it got a lot of sun. You can see I just got a couple of tangerine dreams coming up. Those are peppers, but my yellow pear tomatoes, a few of them are looking kind of sad this morning, so I moved it to the north side to get it out of the direct sunlight. And this is a tray that's definitely ready to transplant, and I will start working on that here pretty quick. I have California Wonders. I love California Wonders. They're a nice size bell pepper, and if you leave them on the plant, then they'll kind of turn red, and they get sweeter the longer they stay on. Then I have a Grand Bell Mix, which is just some large bell peppers of all different colors. Then I have Big Daddies planted, but they never came up. And Big Daddies are a long sweet pepper. They look like an Anaheim pepper, but they're yellow, and they're sweet and they're delicious. But unfortunately they didn't come up. Have some Costa Rican Reds. They're kind of more of a cube shape, long bell pepper. I guess you could say bell pepper, sweet pepper. They taste really good fresh, to eat fresh, or to cook with, either way, or to stuff. They're delicious stuffed. Over here on the end I have Tangerine Dream. They're very small bell peppers, orange, sweet. So I'm looking forward to getting some of those planted in my garden next month. Down here at the end, I have 2 trays of Early Girls. And I always like Early Girls. They're one of the first larger tomatoes that are ready in the garden, and I always enjoy those. Down here on the bottom, I have some ghost peppers planted that have not germinated yet. Have some orange sunbell, and I also have several varieties of eggplant. I have some broadleaf sage, which is just starting to come up. I have some cinnamon basil, and I have some lemon basil. Never grown cinnamon basil or lemon basil. I have some celebrity tomatoes coming up and some beefsteaks, and I love beefsteaks. They're really my favorite tomato. It's just that here in Oklahoma, as hot as it gets in the summer, I've always had problems with them splitting, and I don't know if it's just from the heat or maybe being overwatered, or sometimes maybe just a combination of the two. Have some more I have Better Boys planted down here. And then I have some Georgia streak tomatoes, which I'm thinking are probably going to look similar to the Tigerellas. I have some garlic chives. I got the seeds from my mom's house. She had all kinds of garlic chives in her backyard, so last fall I harvested some of her seeds so I could plant some. And then I have some regular chives there. Planted some Italian parsley, but it hasn't come up yet. And then slow bolt cilantro, which is really nice for our area here because it gets hot sometimes so fast. Seems like sometimes we go straight from winter to summer, and so the things like cilantro will bolt on us, and then we won't get very much. I have some heatless habaneros planted, but I just planted them, I don't know, 4 days ago or so. So this stuff, pimento peppers, curled parsley, that hasn't started coming up yet. This is vermiculite, and I read to plant lavender and rosemary in vermiculite because they're both very hard to get to germinate. They like especially the lavender likes the sunlight. It needs the sunlight while the seeds are germinating, and very little moisture. And as you can see here, there's very little tiny plants starting to come up from those seeds. Back here I have some California Wonder, and a few there on that one side don't look very good this morning because they were on the south side of the greenhouse, as well as the jalapenos. Some of them look like I've lost them altogether, but this is my first year with a greenhouse like this, so I'm just kind of learning as I go. Back here I have some tomatillos, and they'll be transplanted here pretty quick. Tomatillos are great for salsas, Mexican food. Over here I have the Honeycomb Hybrids, and honeycombs are like a yellow cherry tomato. They vine out a lot, so it's good to have some kind of trellis for them to grow up on. Have some super sweet hybrid. It's a red cherry tomato. They take up a lot of space too, so you want to have something for them to grow up on, or maybe grow them in a separate place away from the rest of your tomatoes. Now I have quite a few of those. They are delicious though, I have to say that. Have some Tigerellas here. Looking forward to the Tigerellas. And over here I've started transplanting this morning some pepper plants. These are all Cayennes, and I got the netting off of them. I grew a couple of trays of peppers in these Jiffy mini greenhouses that have the peat plugs in them. Now when you buy these, the peat plugs are flat, pretty flat, and you have to get them wet so they'll expand, and when they expand, then you can plant your seeds. Well, what I don't like about this is, well, peppers do, as you can see, the pepper plant's done very well in the peat moss, but I don't like that fabric. Okay, so when I go to transplant these plants or plant them in the garden, I take this fabric off of them because it takes forever for this to break down in the soil, and I think it kind of is detrimental to the plant somewhat to keep that on there. I've never had very good luck with it myself. Here I have let's see. Oh, these are Aunt Ruby's German green tomatoes, and I have quite a few of those. Then I have more of the Amish paste. Then here I have some lemongrass. I've never grown lemongrass before, but most of the little cells there have some in it, and they're doing pretty good. In the back I have some lavender planted. But as you can see, I only had lavender come up in one of those cells so far. I'm all new to lavender this year as well. Have some more anchos coming up. They're hot. And then I have some serranos. I've had anchos that are mild. I've never had hot anchos before. Over here I have some cayennes. I just transplanted these yesterday, and some anchos there on the right side. And over here I have more tomatoes. These are all the Honeycomb Hybrid, the yellows. Those seeds came from Burpees. They were a new variety this year, and I thought that I would just give them a try because they sure did look good. Back here I have some Cracker Jack marigolds. They're doing very well. However, the seeds that I planted for the petite yellow and orange marigolds has never come up, and that's not a marigold right there. I don't know what that is, but that is not a marigold. Here I have some cilantro planted and some catnip, and I just planted this stuff a few days ago. Never grown catnip before. This is all, no, it's not all. Part of this is San Marzano tomatoes, which is another paste tomato, and homestead tomatoes. I've never grown homestead before. Petite orange marigold, like I say, didn't come up. Back there in the back is zinnias. Usually I just plant zinnia seeds out in the yard and they come up without any problem at all, but I thought I would try growing some in the greenhouse. Back here I have lemon mint. It has not come up yet. Then I have some green bunching onions coming up. I just did that kind of as an experiment. I didn't know what would happen. Lemon verbena, and there's a few little lemon verbena plants coming up. When I think of lemon verbena, I always think of Little House on the Prairie and how Laura was always wanting to wear some of her mother's lemon verbena perfume. Back here in the back is Mexican tarragon, and Mexican tarragon is supposed to be a much hardier tarragon to grow in places where the weather is hot and dry. So I'm looking forward to that coming up. Right here, this is something new this year. Mamma Mia red and Mamma Mia yellow peppers, sweet peppers. Looking forward to trying those. And in the very back, I have some orange habaneros. Planted some lemon balm, some peppermint, and some cumin. I just planted these a few days ago, so it'll be a few days before they start coming up. I planted some cosmos just for fun. I love cosmos, they're pretty flowers. And in the back I planted some straw flowers, but they haven't started coming up yet. I got some more lemon grass coming up. I love lemongrass. The smell of it's wonderful. I like to cook with it. Then I have some regular, I think it said it was Russian tarragon. And then some marjoram planted back there. These are all newly planted, so it'll be a little bit before they come up. Then over here I have orange habaneros, and they're almost ready to transplant, and some ghost peppers back there. They're all doing really well. My husband planted some seeds from last year's pumpkins over here. They were I think some kind of pie pumpkin. I can't remember, but I asked him if they were a hybrid. He said he didn't know, so I don't know if they'll turn out the same. Over here on the bottom, I have some tomatillos, and then I have, let's see, I think this is where I started. This is where I started over here with the tomatillos and the jalapenos and California Wonders. I think I did. So basically that's what I have growing in my greenhouse this year. And I've got some seeds ordered for some pansies, petunias, chrysanthemums, and I have seeds for many other things in my house that I haven't even thought about getting started yet. We'll be starting on the garden here pretty quick because I have so many green onions to set out. I want to get my lettuce, spinach, beets, all that sort of thing, the cooler weather crops planted, and hopefully they'll do well this year. Here in Southwest Oklahoma, we just never know. We had the craziest cold weather snap like everyone else did this year, it was totally unexpected. So we always hope for the best. All right, so I'll let you guys go for today, and just wanted to let you guys know what I'm up to, and I'll be making another video soon. Have a good day. Bye.